this course, and it's going to, help you with this. So when you read the space, you get to know. I don't have to explain because of time. So you go to you click online, you just toggle on it. You realize that it will give you. You click it, and it will send you to the link, and it's a Chat GPT platform, of course. I also have for Gemini platform, but I like the Chat GPT one. So is an AI assistant for you for just for this course. Ask it any question. You can ask it for what is this course about? It will just tell you. Can you give me the course outline? It will tell you. Can you do this? Of course, it won't tell you the exams. Nothing. I've programmed it to you that it won't tell you. So don't waste your time. Okay, don't waste your time. But anything about energy access or this course, you can with it. Yes. And there's a course outline which has also been uploaded. You go there, you see it. All the lecture notes. So I don't give slides, I give lecture notes. The slides are for me, okay? But the notes are for you. The notes are detailed than the slides. So, and at the end of each and every unit, there are questions there. I say and I repeat, at the end of for unit 1, you download it, you realize that the notes is there, the various sub-units are there. Then you get down there, you have questions for assessment. In other words, review questions. Please, I didn't put those questions there for design sake. No, so I have time, so I will put those questions there. No. I put those questions there for a reason. One, to help you read, because I've realized that the reading, most people don't like reading. So if you just come to read it, maybe exams, then you come and sit down, that kind of stuff. But at least when you read, go through those questions, it will help you refer to the things that you don't know. And sorry, it help you know that, how do I put this thing? The thing that you don't know, of course. So once you know that, yes, this one I'm not sure, then you go to the notes to make reference and find out the answers. That is number 1 reason. Number 2 reason, I've already set my questions. So when they tell me to bring your final exams questions, I'll just go and select, modify some. Some of them I just put D2. Sometimes too, I'll modify some questions and I'll bring it. Of course, I'll talk about how the exams is going to be 1 week or the last week, so that you get to know, a little bit about it again. But I'm telling you that I don't have any new set of questions apart from those questions under you. So you have unit 1, there are questions there, and those questions are mostly in 3 categories. We have multiple choice questions, we have short answer type questions, and we have sometimes we have you feeling, and we also have that kind of questions for you pass it. Unit 3. So when you get on the LMS, please download the lecture notes. Download the lecture notes, and we begin from there. Then there will be assessment types. Of course, there will be quizzes. You are going to do 3 quizzes, of course. So you are going to do 3 quizzes, and there will be no assignment, but the quizzes will be 3. And it's not exams, it's quiz. Quiz comes with time. So maybe 10 multiple choice questions, 5 minutes, or 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, I don't know. Maybe 20 multiple choice questions. I'll open it once in class, you do it, so that you won't have time to be asking ChatGPT to give you answers. No. So that would be on it. This will help so that you come to class. There are some people, they are like that, they will just come to first class. Lecturer, they say, they'll go offline, they'll come on. Like, no. I'll make sure that you're online. And I start even calling names. That's what I do to help me at least teach. Because if I don't do that, all of us, we will sleep. We all sleep. So if I start calling and I'm on Jimmy, so now, if I say, hey, how are you? Like, do you understand? Nothing. No. And at a point in time, we even make sure that you even switch on your camera for me to know your environment. There are some people you'll be teaching and they'll be in the kitchen. I know. I have enough experience to know that that's what you guys will do. Not all of you, of course. It's very, very difficult. Just few people have the discipline alone. Just take the phone or maybe take the laptop, sit down quietly and listen. Most of you, it's either you be in the kitchen or two. If you're not in the kitchen, you are conversing with your friend B. Or three, your phone crowd the open and the air kasagu. No, no, no. I have to find a way so that we all benefit. So that is that. Mm. And there'll be a project work. Your project will be submitted 2 weeks after your exam. It will be submitted 2 weeks, and you are going to collect the. It's a survey that you are going to do. I'll give you the template. We'll talk about it on the third week. I'll just take time to so that you know what you have to do. And it's a very simple one. You just go to the markets where they sell some stuff. Of course, let me defer and we will talk about it later. Then just show sheet, then you do some few analysis and you are done. So your project work will count like 30 marks or 40 marks, or I'm not sure, but we will see what we do there. So it's going to be 3 quizzes, one project that will constitute your assessment, which is like 50 marks. And the exams you come and write. Simple questions, then you am I question at this time before I move on? Okay, everybody will have a question. Go and let me start asking. Let me look through it. Participants. Okay. Uh, mm. Abraham. Abraham Dazi. Any question?
Oh, Doc, I think say you are clear. Everything is on
I'm
point.
clear.
Yeah, everything is on point.
Yeah, up to some point. So which one? Which one? Just be free, oh, Charlie. Yeah, I understand you better. So just be
Oh,
free.
sir.
Yeah, ask
Yeah,
questions. Yeah.
this for this class, yeah, we are all free. For this class, we are all free.
Okay, I hear. Yeah.
You
And
love
so
us. You love us. Mm.
thank you very much. And you love me too. Just I'm a hard drink cry. Xavier, any question? Anything?
Oh, I'm
You are
here.
clear, right?
Yes, please. And thank
Okay.
you very
Xavier
much.
is clear. I'm very
Yes.
sure that Evans too is clear. Everything is fine. Nana Botwe too. Is it Nene
Everything
Botwe
is
or
fine.
Nene?
In fact, we will make you proud.
I hear. Make me proud. Thank you very much. So, yes, the next thing is I've talked about the LMS. So, Evans, from here, I'm thinking that maybe in 1 hour time we should finish so that we relax and next week we just can. Then the third one, I've talked about the fact that uh, there's going to, I'm going to touch on the important stuff. Yeah. So let me just stop sharing the screen. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to touch on the important stuff. So sometimes you see that this one is not important. It's not that it's important, but it's not important of this time. In other words, because of the time constraint, you have to go and read it yourself, of course. But the ones that need explanation, and of course, if you know that I'm hitting on it, then Charlie, know that a question be free while back. Okay, and that's why I'm saying if you are very attentive, you can predict the questions. And every question you go and see at the exams, you have seen it before. There's no question. Some of them will be dito. Some too will be change of words, that kind of stuff. Okay. So we will be fine. Everybody will be fine. So I've talked about the exam, which will be 50-50. So it will be 100, but I'll convert it to 50 marks. Your project to, of course, I will explain that one in the third week or in the third session when we meet, what we are going to do, your survey that you are going to do. And this is a practical stuff. We are going to go to where we have appliances, the TVs, the fridges, the thing. Then you begin to look at it and you fill those quick. Maybe you went to this Melcom or you went to whatever Melcom in your area. It can be maybe Nanabotri or whatever electrical shop or whatever shop, appliance shop. It can be high sense, it can be whatever. Then you just take some few information there, then you fill it, then you just do some analysis, which a template will be given to you. Yeah, so that one will constitute like some marks for the of that. So we will be fine on that one. And today, I'm saying that I just want to know you, and of course, I will introduce the course again. So first and foremost, my name is Dr. Isaac Ankrah, but it is actually Dr. Isaac Chumesi Ankrah. But you know, when you go to school and your class teacher writes, I don't know whether he was sleeping or whatever, he wrote only Ankrah. He left the Chumesi out. We too, we didn't know, not knowing that when we were writing the BEC, it just came only Isaac Ankrah. We didn't take notice. It just followed us onto the university. Now that we are old and we want to change or add something to the name, I looked at the process and the Ghana card issues and the fact that Controller and Accountant General Department will also, if anything goes on, they will find a way. Not that they will find a way. If they find any discrepancies, they will put a halt on my salary, and you know that kind of stuff. I just told them, I said, you let me maintain it now. So you'll be seeing Ankrah, but actually it is what Chumesi Ankrah. And I'm specific on the distinction, because sometimes when I say Isaac Ankrah, people think that I'm a Ga. But I normally disappoint people because they start speaking Ga and I can't even respond. The only Ga I know is a Didiatem Ga or Unye. You know, that kind of stuff. And you know, that one I was taught in SS. You know, in Ghana here, when you want to learn a language, they normally start with the Didiatem one, the insult. And only the guys I know, it's just insult. So I don't know. Let me put it that way. So but that is enough of my name. So my name is Dr. Isaac Chumesi Ankrah. You can call me Isaac. You can call me Sir. You can call me Chumesi Ankrah, whichever. I don't care. But please don't call me Mister. Please don't call me Mister. I'm not Mr. Ankrah. It's either you say Ankrah, Sir, Isaac, whichever. Like, I'm okay. But immediately you are qualifying it, please don't use Mister. I have suffered before getting the doctor. Don't come and diminish my motivation in teaching you by calling me Mister. Isaac, are you okay?
So we can say Dr. Ankrah.
Yes, you can say Dr. Ankrah, but I'm saying that don't call me Mister.
Okay.
Is that clear?
What is the secret behind it, Doc?
The secret. That's why I'm saying that I need to teach you doing the
He
right thing.
suffered for it. He suffered for it. He said it already.
Yes. And the point is that if you say Mr., when you add a preface, you are qualifying the name. And I'm not a Mr. I'm a doctor. In academia, it's very, very important. And I'm working in academia. If I go outside, you can at bank, they call me Mr. Ankrah. I'm okay. I don't chastise them because they don't know. So on my for those who working at I save with Absa Bank. So sometimes when I go, hey, Mr. Ankrah, I don't chastise him, so I'm okay because it's outside academia. But in academia, and you're calling me Mr. Hey. So please, let's put and the doctor is in rank. We are from doctor, you go to associate professor, you go to professor, full professor, emeritus. So it's a way of distinction to make sure where all of us are. Yeah, so that is why in the remit of this, if you're calling me, please use the doctor. Yeah. So that is that. And my PhD is technology economics and management. And my research field, sometimes when you talk about technology, they think that we are talking about information technology, but that is just a subset of technology. Technology quintessentially talks about the how things are done. Okay. And of course, I'm not teaching that course here, so let me just drop that one. But my area is, or my PhD is technology economics and management. That's PhD. and I have a master's degree in economics, but with financial engineering option. And all of these I studied in China for 7 years, both my master's and my PhD. So my master's was in MSc not MSc, master's in economics, financial engineering option for 2 years. Then I moved to technology, economics, and management for 4 years. But the point is that I couldn't finish the 4 years because of the requirement. The requirement was 6 publications before I can even, think I have to put all these 6 publications together to make up my thesis. And by the time I got to my 4th year, I only had 4. So, and 2 were under revision. So I have to wait for 1 more year to make sure that I got all the 6. So the long and short is that I spent 7 years in China doing both my PhD and my in the same school, Xiamen University. So I came here. I taught, so I'm teaching closely from both from undergraduate to postgraduate. I'm teaching close to 7 courses now. You could imagine. So I teach in undergraduate, I teach applied math. I teach energy economics. And I also teach economics of innovation and technology 1 and 2. Yeah, so making about 4 or 5. So, and I teach basic economics. That is 5 there. Okay. Postgraduate, I teach local solutions to energy access, and I teach AI application in people's management, and also teach them digital marketing. So I'm teaching 3 programs or 3 groups. So economics, regular, and distance learning. And 2, I also teach HRM, informatics. So those people in management, I teach them AI applications in people's management, distance learning, and regular. And digital marketing students, I teach them economics and energy access. Yeah, that one to distance learning. So you could imagine it's even more than 10. So I'm telling you all these things to let you know that it's not that I'm a busy person, but I am a busy person. The teaching alone will cry in some way. So sometimes when you send me message and I don't respond, and I tell you do this way or do it here, submit it today and that, and you don't do it, please, it will take like another week. Is David around? David Brown? David, I'm your supervisor. I'm supervising you. Anna Wama. David told me that he's going to run a regression and send me the Wajamato, bear week 3 weeks a trim. I wanted to link it up and just say something, but I think he's not online. Whatever, but you continue. So that is a little bit about me, and I will just pause here and ask if anybody has a question that you want to know, whatever being the case. If not, I'll just go straight. So any question, anything you would like to know before I move on to the next session, which will take about 20 minutes, then we are done. Charles.
Yes, Doc.
Any question?
No, please.
Hey, you don't want to know anything about me, eh? And maybe am I married? Do I have children? You don't want to know. Oh, sir,
Doc,
you don't want to know.
okay, let me ask. Doc, please, where are you residing? I would like to know your place of residence.
Okay, that's a good question. Actually, let me note your name down, Charles. Mehwɛ na me honhom ɔba ebi anam ama 2 marks be out for. So yes, and that is very, very important, and that is something that maybe we will discuss. We will talk about it because it's very important to me.
Okay.
I am currently. My family is in Sunyani. My wife works at Doma Hinko as he's working with an NGO. It's like a public-private thing. They work with. He's a social worker, children's care, and they work with an NGO in Minnesota in the US. So she's the administrator managing that place with them. But our family is in Sunyane. She works in Doma, which is very close. Those who know there. And I work in Accra. So in Accra, I stay around Ula Tantra Hill. I don't know if you know that Chumota Tantra Hill. If
Yeah.
yes,
Okay,
that's
you
where I
live close
stay.
to.
Moses,
We
that's
live
your
close.
area.
Yes, please. You live
Oh,
close to me.
Charlie,
Yes.
then one time we should get together and go to Achimota Moy and have some lunch.
Oh, we
You
can
know
go
what I'm
to
saying?
Aborigines.
Sure.
We can go and sit at Aborigines.
What's it?
We can sit at Aborigines.
Aborigines, I know saying.
Well, look, Ola Kwai so.
Ola Kwano so.
Location.
Some pens and you may pay baby like a Gianni Ankasa and sports beer.
You quite more.
And I can say aborigins in them. Me
No, you don't go out.
No, I don't go out. You know me, how can I go out? No, I'm the indoor type. I hardly go out. I hardly may go out and I'm going to that shopping, like going to buy something and I come because all my work is on the laptop. Everything is so. Me said that yeah, yes, and besides, I me no one sa me name say the
Oh,
only thing
kweze
I drink
onkola
is
no nim corners chen o.
minim there.
Omu nim corners chen o.
Ombeni ma chairman me me him fan minim. Apart from GCTU. Yeah. So I know me it will be kick up origins is here idea. Na you be oh. Yeah, you know sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you know sir, I'm listening.
Yes. I listened to your introduction, your background. You did talk about the fact that you transition from economics, specializing in financial engineering, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going into economics, specializing in technology. I want to know why the shift, because these are two different areas of economics.
Okay. So yeah, let me explain. It's a good question. So I'll come back to when I'm my family, where do I stay? I'll come back to that. Okay, let me answer that one. So I live. So I live three places in Accra. I'm around Tantra Hill, but that is not a permanent place that because I almost every week or every 2 weeks I have to go back to my family. My children. I have 4 kids, and one biological, the other. You understand, and
Yeah, one.
yeah, adopted. Let me put it that way. There's a story behind, but we will talk about it later. And the point is that where they are no, so I have to be there often. So 2 weeks, at most 2 weeks, I have to go back. So if I'm not in Doma, if I'm not in Accra, I'll be in Sunyani. If I'm not in Sunyani, then I'm in Doma. Are you getting it? So if you ask me where, I said that is how it is. But I'm planning of bringing them here, hopefully next year. Just that I feel I'm sure dying. Me prefer top. Me prefer top because me who say I can't no hi ABB but that's another thing we'll talk about it later. So there will be some time that my Sundays, the timing, I might shift it if I'll try as much as possible to do it, but it will. When we get there, we will cross. Don't worry. But I want you to understand the background. Why, if certain decision come, then you understand that because of this. Because sometimes the timetable doesn't favor me. I teach on Fridays. Fridays I have two courses I teach morning and evening. Saturdays I have two courses that I teach. Day. So my work actually starts on Friday. So it's not an easy job like that. So yes, if you asked me about where I live, that is it. So those of you around Tantra Hill, what? And as a matter of fact, almost every class I take them out. My undergraduates, they are not. I think the highest that I was 12. We always go for lunch once in a semester or once in a year. Let me put it that way. Every class. But mono dɔɔso nti mihu kwan a ebefa so koraa akɔ out no. Ɛna mo nso so obi a ɛyɛ adwuma. If not, koraa obi ayɛ busy saa.
Doc, and Kayaba face to face now. I bet you
Na nka yɛpɛ baabi akɔ Okay, really, yeah, we will talk about it. Because it's one thing my supervisor or my teacher did. It has stayed with me for a very long time. He took us outside, like lunch. No, cause spread Chinese food. It's not because of spread you think it is fried rice. Yeah, Debbie. Chinese food. You need this, you get it. Then he stayed with me. And you know what he said? I'm introducing you to China. You do the rest in class. If you don't make me proud, you cough this money that I've spent. That was it. For us, and it has stayed with me. So almost every class that I teach, I take them out once. Then sometimes we talk about life, that kind of stuff. Then we are going. But your own, no? I've not been able to do for graduate school because of the way the structure is, and because you meet people just once and it's become very difficult. But for undergraduate, I almost every class I take them out in there. So we will talk. If we are not able to do it as a class, I'll organize the area boys, Tantra here. Then we will just go. We won't go to what's it the Ankrah? Aborigines. No, you find a place. Aborigines or whatever. Then we will just Esther said yeah.
But boss, why, Mr. Boss, doctor, why would you take only the Tantra people and leave us? Why? Why would you do that to us?
Oh, I'm saying that if it doesn't happen as in the whole class, we are not able to go. I'll organize the area boys. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's absolute in terms of only the Tantra boys, but if on condition that we are not able to
not
go.
the Ankrah people, only the area boys. Okay, that's why.
Don't worry, you can relocate to the area and be part.
You relocate to the area after the party, then you go back. But we will talk about that one later. We will talk about that one.
We also accept Momo. We also accept Momo, the students.
Accept Momo for what? It's lunch. I'm going to give Momo what?
No.
Do you send food through Momo?
No.
Oh, you can quantify it, please. You can quantify
Hey,
it.
Masa, I'm talking about lunch. If it's a lunch you eat or nothing, Masa Momo biasim bienio.
No, please. What do you do after election? Do you do other stuff after election?
What?
What do you do after election? Maybe you do other things after election.
Your line is very faint.
Please, I'm asking that maybe you do other things after election. Maybe you consultancy and stuff. Whether you do other things after election.
Oh, okay. So let me note that one down. But let me answer that question first. So what do I do apart from the lecturing and do so? So I'll answer that. But let me answer like why did I switch from? So in the first place, it was the same economics, practically the same school. So we have School of Economics, and under it we have different departments, right? So for me, I did the Masters in Economics, a financial engineering option. Then when I finished, I wanted to continue that, direction. Those who deal with this inflation, that kind of And before I completed the masters, I had an opportunity of meeting one senior of mine who introduced me to a professor. And I went to meet the professor. He talked with me. He gave me a work to do. He told me to edit one of his papers for him. I edited the paper. Then he told me that if I want to continue, if I'm applying, well, he said, why don't you apply for PhD? And I'm saying, I'm planning. He said, which program? Then I said, finance. I said, no, forget about those people. Come and join me. You get it? So then, if I'm a Christian, so when an opportunity, when it comes like that, nothing it's not my area. It's not, no. I knew that it was a divine orchestration for somebody to even give you that. And I received mine. Let me put it, I received my admission before I even completed my master's. Okay, so for me, it was like more or less like a divine orchestration to meet that senior of mine who was a librarian. He's dead. I mean, we lost him last 2 years. Then who introduced me to that professor? The professor taught that, asked me questions, not knowing that when I was conversing with me, he was conversing with me, he was looking at whether I can speak English. Because for him, almost all his, the Chinese and that, yes, some of them can speak English, but not so. And to be honest, and not to be honest, to be clear, my program was in English, so I didn't do Chinese program. It was an international program. It was taught in English. Everything is in English. We publish in English in international journals. So those who are quite, who know about this academia staff publication, you understand. So he was looking for somebody who can speak English, can write, edit English, that kind of stuff. Not knowing that when I went to the office and he was conversing and we were trying, not knowing he was interviewing me. I didn't know. Okay. Then he gave me that thing to write, to edit for him, testing my written. So he asked me, why don't you do this? Just come and join me. And his own was a center, so Center for Research in Energy Policy and those kind of things. So it was technology economics, but his area under the technology was energy technologies and policy design. Okay, so we don't join it, and normally when you are joining those kind of centers, there's a scholarship. So for me, my scholarship for 4 years, it was even 5 years. They gave me a place to stay, and they were giving me every month a stipend. Okay, for just to publish, go to class, and do that kind of stuff. And then so that was why I shifted. So number one, it was basically because of the opportunity that I was presented with. But deep down, I didn't want to go that way. But the course shifted simply because of the fact that there was an opportunity for me. And anybody who has studied economics, or when you think, we economics is basically the same in terms of theory. It's the application, which is the applied economics, which changes a little bit. So once you get the basis, switching is you are not even switching, it's just area. So Dr. Sravo, Dr. Mochia, and those, we all have different areas. So one is development economics. Not that he didn't do macroeconomics, not that he didn't do micro, not that he didn't do econometrics. You do all those things, but just that when you get it, then you have to specialize because economics is really broad. Okay, so we have the financial people who study the financial economics. They deal with those inflation, whatever, and that's what I did at my master's level. And I wanted to continue in that level, but the PhD level, because I've done advanced micro, advanced macro, advanced econometrics, mathematical economics. These are basically three. I'm good to switch to anywhere. Okay. So the switching wasn't like so much of a difference. It was just application. It's the same. The solo growth theory is basically the same that we do. But I just apply the regression to it. So I can do analysis when it comes to development economics. As a matter of fact, sometimes I do it. Data analysis, I do it because that's the basics. Just that my area of focus is the energy sector or the energy, those kind of issues. And sometimes I do a little bit of this information technology, a little bit, not so much. So I also do this. I combine the energy and technology together. So I do energy technology interactions. So one of my papers, I looked into if there is any relationship or a comprehensive one, of course, to understand any relationship with communication technologies and energy. I did that analysis there, if you can, because we are using phones, we are using laptops, we are using how over the years a proliferation of this has it affected our energy access? Has it affected our energy generation? Has it affected our energy consumption? The elasticities in it. If somebody's phone dies, how does it affect? That kind of stuff. So one of my papers I talk about. So yes, that is basically it's the switch of it, and also how I ended up with this, and I've never regretted doing that, because now when you consider the shift, you look at the terrain, you realize that those of us in the sustainable energy sector, the critical minerals, the renewable energies, we are the ones who are relevant now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Or more, now even the marketing people are trying to do energy. So they will say they get sustainable marketing and whatever they call it. So that is a little bit of that, and I hope I have answered that question. And the next one, that is it Butchie, are you the one who asked? You are saying what? Please, can you repeat that one?
Yeah, hello, Prof. Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
sorry. I was asking if you do other things apart from lecturing.
Yes, yes. So yes, I do. When you Google me, you find out. You can Google right now on your, you realize that I'm also into consulting. I the consultant is more like a research fellow. I've consulted for African China, Center for Energy, Center for, uh, Policy and Advisory, ECCP. And when you check, I wrote, or I conducted, they had a project, and they were looking into green finance in Africa, basically Ethiopia and Ghana. So they just, and I had to do the whole analysis for them, did the research, everything. So the report is even on their website, so yes, I do those kind of things. And that currently I'm trying to put up. I'm leading, not only me, but I'm trying to lead into Africa Center for Critical Minerals and Energy Transition. And that one is something somebody's doing, but it's trying to bring me in so that we can do it together. So we talk about energy transition, but within the space of critical minerals. And when we talk about critical minerals, we are talking about the lithium batteries, we are talking about the cobalt, we are talking about the platinum, family, those things, all those kind of minerals, which are very dear or very pronounced when it comes to the development of an economy. Of course, gold is part, but gold is a critical issue, but it's separated from the critical minerals simply because the critical minerals are in the forefront when it comes to the energy transitions. So I'm doing almost all the minerals aside gold within the space of energy transition. And so when you Google, you go on my LinkedIn, you type my name, you find a lot about me on that one. Okay. Yes. Any question again? Anything you want to know? No. If you were next week when we start, every question will be about the course.
Doc,
Yeah.
please, is your consultancy firm still recruiting?
Hmm. That one depend on my partner. As in, we've not finished with the registration.
Okay.
So but we are not also into, when it comes to consultancy firms, you should be doing your own stuff. It's not something that we just, so there are some people we are looking for, unless you fall into that direction. And as it need, when we get a project and we are recruiting, yes. But now we don't have any project, we are not started. You getting it? So that is why I don't want to go straight to the point and say yes or no. Yeah, but definitely when project comes and we are doing something, of course I cannot do everything, and I will need. And I've no. Sometimes I fell on my students to link me. There was one particular, I needed the energy, somebody in the energy ministry to, help with it. It was through one of my students and the undergraduate who linked me, like so. And when the time came, naturally, I said, that kind. So it's there. We can't do the work alone, but it normally comes in the recruitment and comes in when we are working on a project, and sometimes it's very specific and direct. We are looking for certain people in that sense. So not recruitment as in terms of the administration and those things, because of administration, baby, you can't pay. You can't pay. And we don't actually do even that because it's a non-profit and we are actually working with our mind. The idea, the tool we are working with is in our mind. I'm not saying if you're doing any other work, but I'm talking about we use the mind work. So it's when the project comes and we need people to gather some information, and so that's what we do. Yeah. So say please say, can one pursue a PhD in pursue a PhD in energy economics after this program? Yes, it's possible. If you normally, it would also depend on your transcript. It will depend on your transcript. When you check your transcript, if you are doing advanced macro, econometrics, those advanced econometrics, and mathematical, whatever, but mainly advanced macro, econometrics, you can switch under any applied economics. So yes, but some of the times somebody will go and do economics program. It is just purely applied. The person will do micro, macro, any quantitative. So yeah, not pursuing the PhD. That's why for us we stress on those, especially the econometrics and also the micro, macro, because that is the theory. So it's possible, of course, but it's quite, school dependent or school specific. Some schools, yes, you can get it. Yeah. For me, my master's, my bachelor, I did management studies. I was running away from economics because to be economics a day. So I ran away. I went to do BMS, Cape Coast. But then God's own wisdom, I came back to economics. And it was one of the best decisions I made. Yeah. And sometimes people think economics is different. No. Charlie, I tell people, if I have been able to be a doctor, learn, and everybody can do it. The only point is that you need to have the heart. If I tell you what man has gone through, Charlie, 8 hours a day at the library, not 1 year, not 2 years, almost all my life. I'll spend it at the library because I wanted to. But the giving up and those, and now we're talking about economics, say, hey, but I never liked it, especially during the undergraduate level, because I was told economics, dang. But I came in and I started saying, the same law of demand and supply is the same law of demand and supply you study from undergraduate, master's to PhD. It doesn't change. Just that you begin to add some stuff to it so that you begin to understand how the economy operates. So that you won't make some silly mistakes and also some silly comments. Sometimes I watch some of the comments people are saying, and now when we got a proper finance minister, I'm not doing politics here, who is very disciplined, and he's a proper economist, disciplined guy who is managing our country. Have you seen how things are going? When you go and get accountants, they're just looking at their books, debit and credit, and no one or more. But for economists, the cost involved is not just only about what the accounting cost or the financial cost or the physical outlay of money. Goes beyond those physical. It includes opportunity cost and all those kind of stuff. So you put in this, even time is about. So sometimes I listen and people are saying the dollar will go to 17. Watch me. And what if you have done economics proper and that, then you are waiting for the dollar to go to 20 so that you can sell your dollar there. You don't go and change it. But the point I'm trying to establish is that you look at what the finance minister is doing. Forget about politics. I mean, I don't do it, but the stability and then the CD is not going to rise because number one, I checked. When you check from 2000, not even 2000, when you check the trend, you realize that for every year, there are two windows that there's pressure on the CD. January, February, March, that window. And the latest window going to Christmas there, October, November, December. Especially not even October, August there. Then the pressure begins to come. When you feel financial, you don't study those trends. When you study it, because most of the companies that we have in Ghana here, like most of them are foreign companies. Financial development, the finance, FDIs, they invest, the Absa banks, the Goldfields, the Anglo Gold, the Newmont. Anytime they finish with the yearly reporting of their finance and whatever, after declaring their whatever, they repatriate the dollar outside. So you start that most of the dollar outlays will start going January, February, March. That's where the pressure is. Then it will die down. So from October, August, September, October, therefore, especially September, going to October to even December there, then the pressure begins to come because of what Christmas. Important people are so you plot all those data, then you begin to see that. And when I saw in 2025, when I saw the Bank of Ghana, getting into the system when it comes to dollar manipulation, then I know that, this is not going to go up. The dollar came out to a point it was even going 9 point something. So as far as they are there and they are disciplined and they are going to start, for the lack of word, let me say, they won't allow it free fall so that people will make it. It's not going to go to that 17 or whatever. But the point is that is, I'm trying to say that's proper economics. Discipline. Into Omeka say economics, oh boy, cons. It is really a cons for the search here. No. What is economics? The judicious use of what? The judicious allocation of resources, which are already scarce. How you are managing with the scarce resources? Our ones are many. But the resources to satisfy these ones are limited. But how can you get the best out of it? And that one needs discipline. Okay. Yeah. So that is how the switch, came. Now I've talked a lot about now. Let me just go and start asking people. Most one come who ask them. Evans, something brief about you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Ivan Stemensa. I did accounting in the undergrad with the University of Professional Studies. I completed in 2016. I did my national service with Ankrah Brewery. After that, I had a software with paper savings and loan. Paper savings and loan as a recovery officer. And I came back to Ankrah Brewery 2019 as a credit officer. And currently, I'm with the finance department as a group controller. Yeah. So that's the short version.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for that short news. So I know Evans. There. Yes. Anybody else? Let me see. Abraham Dazi.
Yeah, Doc.
Yeah. Short one. Anything?
Oh, Doc, I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. I hope this experience that you have will be much more impactful, and there will be a direction that will be taken from you on our way forward, so that we can know how to couch in future directions and where we need to stand. We are grateful.
So Abraham, a little bit about yourself, just in 30 seconds.
So, Abraham Daze, I'm with NPA, HR, Western Region.
Okay. Are you married? Children?
No.
Now you're the what trying wine? Eh?
Eyo who? Omu
You
nyina
who say
asa.
that?
Kakra the girls ni nyina asa doc. Doc
Abraham,
ni nyina asa.
Abraham, Abraham, there's
Peter,
nothing. Just
Peter fa girls ni nyina. Peter.
I'll away
Peter
for.
Saisibe. Peter
I'm
Saisibe.
innocent. I'm innocent.
Okay, okay, the time. You know, last one of my students got married. The difference is that I couldn't go to the well. He sent me an invitation. Oh, but no many German. Because I said, oh yeah, there was sent me by and be a memoir. Yeah, it was what the best. Nam kasu diago. No, send many German. Our ready, yeah. Of course, Metia say, I'm here now, but Charlie, your word, why?
To code
Okay,
na say
Unisa.
doc.
Unisa, a brief something, 30 seconds. Oh, is Unisa not online?
Hello.
Yeah, Unisa, something small about yourself, 30 seconds.
Hello, Doc. Yes, so my name is Adnan Inuisa. I studied accounting and finance. I previously worked as an internal auditor. I'm currently an economic officer at the Ministry of Finance. And yeah, I think that's a brief about
Awesome.
myself. Thank you.
Adita, are you married? Children?
I'm married with 4 wives. I'm a polygamous man, a very proud Muslim guy.
And then I've heard that, but there's one colleague of mine, Dr. Musa. He has one wife. No, Musa said, "Oh no, baby girl."
Yes, so
What's easy, but what is it? What is the main thing? Why some people still want others?
well,
Yeah,
there is a,
what does the Quran say?
so there is a condition, it says that if you can, it is tied to your ability to do
Ability.
it. Your ability first. So if you can, in terms of equality, in terms of treatment, in terms of everything, then, you can take
Okay.
up.
Okay, so it's not automatic that Chenchina was offer.
No
Okay.
automatic. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you have the ability and capacity, eh?
Yeah, so my own, it's just I'm married with 4 wives in my dreams actually, but on the ground, I'm not yet married.
You bye bye. Go ahead. Peter says this guy pa. Peter. Sorry,
Yes,
Peter says yes. Anything
yes. I'm
after
Peter
Peter, I'll
says
just go through 3 people, then we are done.
currently,
Then we
currently in Takrady. I work with
okay.
GCT, the Takrady Learning Center.
Oh,
I did.
so you're a staff.
Yes, please.
Was it before you go on? Let me just. There's one lady here. She's also a staff. Then I used to see her at the security post. Yeah. Then I saw her in class. And I'm saying, are you in my class? I say, yeah. I'm saying, baby, I'm sorry, no when him so say, don't do that. Oh, but that is good to know. Okay, that is good to know. Married with wives or wife?
Yeah, I'm married. My family is in Kumasi, but I'm in Takrady because of the work.
The work.
I have a
Okay.
daughter,
So you are.
I have one girl.
Oh, okay. So you are like me, eh?
Yes, please.
I'm here and my family is there, Charlie. This is a daddy, when are you coming? And they just talk in here. You just, daddy, when are you coming? Hey. Okay.
Okay.
The remaining 2, let me say, Jennifer.
Yes, Doc.
Jennifer, something brief about yourself. 30 seconds.
All right, thank you, Doc. I'm Jennifer Kwahin, currently working with First National Bank. I did HRM during my first degree. Yes. I'm not married, but very soon.
Thank you. You know, for the ladies, I don't want to say what are you waiting for, because that one is another pressure. And because it is normally the guys or the man in our culture. So when it comes to ladies, I don't even say are you married or, but it's good that you let us know. But during your send me an invitation, okay?
All right.
Your wedding, send me an invitation. Cementimi Amakra, I have to do something. Okay, is it? I need one lady last one so that we can. Deborah Quay. Deborah. Sister Debo.
Doc,
Uh-huh.
good
Something.
afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, so I am with Ghana Post.
Ghana
To
Post.
be precise, I'm working with the International Affairs and Customs operations.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Ghana Post. Now, did you hear about an issue where Ghana Post was they sent some text messages pretend that something is at Ghana Post and whatever. I don't know if you get a clue about
Yeah,
that.
it's actually a scam, Doc.
It's a scam. I
Those
was
things
scammed.
are, yeah.
7,200.
So sorry about that, Doc. But
The person they sent me said, as a matter of fact, I normally people post things from China, and so sometimes get to Ghana Post, then I'll go for it.
okay.
So how they were able to know that I'm expecting, and that day that the system showed that my things have come. For me, I was even suspecting that somebody there gave them, my number or whatever the case. Then the person sent the message that this and this, and he said, I need to come, but I can pay online. And the thing
Okay.
was the free shipping, and I was somewhere, but it was 3 cedis. 3 cedis.
The shipping.
Yes, that no, like normally when I go there, they say something. I know I don't have to pay, but they just take something, whatever. So I thought it was a norm. And the person said it
No.
was 3. So for me, I thought, oh, 3 cedis, they say. And yes, Oscar, me kura. Said 3 cedis. That. Yeah, me here some na meka na sa meti ya no, me dey yesterday no.
Dog,
Oh my God.
it's actually a huge issue we are still dealing with. Last week we got hold of 3 pages which were all trying to post as Ghana Post.
Ghana Post came and I just me dear
So sorry about that.
Oh,
So sorry
sorry,
about
ndi
that.
maje. Effect ni dia yeah, ahye me 7,200 meet me the toss cement.
Oh, Charlie.
A cop a bear den. So
So sorry.
yes. So thank you very much, and
You're welcome.
we will continue this thing as time goes on, and the calling of names in the Mefra as time, but today let me just take the next 10 minutes to introduce the course, then we are gone. Then we meet next week, proper, then we will just hit on. So just a moment. Okay. Mm. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we
Let's
can
go.
see.
Okay, so you take your phone. It's either you go to menti.com, they use the code to enter, or you can scan the QR code that you see on your right side. I don't know. Then you answer the question that you see on the screen. So the question is, what's the most frustrating thing you or your family have experienced because of doomsday or inadequate access to energy? So the doomsday is just a colloquial name I'm putting there. But what I'm trying to mean is that have you have any bitter experience or a frustrating experience as far as you not having access to energy, especially maybe your lines went off or it was a low, what do you call it? Low current on and off and those kind of things. So just type in your response. Hey, please, a moment, I'm coming. Why is this thing not appearing? So you don't have to type sentence. Just, I think everybody has chance to, or two, so you can type in two. You submit one, you can submit another one. The heat was unbearable. I see. Windows cannot open. Lots of food stuff. Food spots, okay. Uncomfortable sleep, yes. Freight food got spot. Lots of gadgets. Wearing wrinkled shirts, yes. Kwasori na watade aye. Abobo say I had the wintimi. Type as many. Everybody should. We have about 27 people. Everybody. Then when we are done, we will start discussing, and I'll use that one to introduce the course. Then we are out of here. So please. Okay. Wearing wrinkled shirt for an interview. The heat was unbearable. Lots of food stuff. I lost my fridge. Lots of gadgets. Couldn't press my attire. Yes. Uncomfortable sleep. My television got spots. The heat was unbearable. Fridge. I lost for one fridge. Windows. Too much. Fridge. Then a food ne fridge ne you na man for using my laptop without battery. That's something. and begin to think. Your mind shouldn't just go about just small, off, on and off, and also about where there was maybe for 1 week, 2 weeks. Those doom sort time, 2015 there. If you were born by then, definitely all of you were born by then. So you kind of where it was persistent, like for weeks, months. I want it can even be you, it can be somebody you saw, maybe a relative, your mom, your dad, your something, any experience, that you've gotten from a situation where you didn't have access to energy. And I didn't want to jump the gun, but when I did this thing, I think last year, when economic students we cried because the lady said, and I remember, say, I lost my dad because of the fact that the hospital that he went to, there wasn't any light. And at that time, I don't know if the angels had gone on break, but at that time, their standby generator too was not working. So I lost my dad. And that was the saying. When she was saying it, she cried in class. She cried in class. And I'm making you write this for you to understand something. And of course, we use the next 5 minutes, and I'll ask you guys, maybe 5 people, talk about experience that when the lights went off or when you didn't have access to energy, what happened? And you get to know that energy, having access to energy, is not a theoretical thing. And it's not something that is a choice. It's a must for everybody. The light should be on and must be on for 24 hours, because without it, it can change almost everything. Some people have lost job interviews because the light went off. Some people have died. Some people lost their jobs, not their jobs, their businesses. And I think I'm having 19 out of 21 people. I think it's okay for us. So those who are done, I'm looking for 5 people just to, I mean, if got any experience, you can just click on the, if you type this and just couldn't submit my report. Somebody say bath 3 times. Who said bath 3 times? Can you just let us, know about your experience, please? Just unmute your mic, please.
Doc, it's me.
Oh, who is our
I know, sure. There was so much heat.
so much heat.
Yes, it was unbearable.
So you
So,
have to bath.
yes, 3 times in one night.
I know. I think my
Yes.
own is bad, but your own is worse.
Lucky
Because
you had a lot of water, huh?
Oh, yes. Fortunately for me, I have a lot
you
of
had
water.
water.
So
Who
whenever I
said lucky?
get up, I will
Who
just
said
fetch the
lucky
water.
you? Please, who said lucky you? It
It's
means
me.
that
It's me.
your own, you didn't have water. Please explain.
No light, no water.
What did you do?
You just fan yourself with your shirt, as
And the mosquitoes.
you manage through the heat and the mosquitoes till daybreak. It's
Yeah.
quite a very horrible experience. And unfortunately, we are able to forget it gradually until someone asks you, it doesn't really even click again. But it was
Where
very horrible. It was very horrible.
I had an experience last, is it Thursday or so? So the area, Tantra here, I think parts of this place went off. I think they were changing the I don't know what was happening. Maybe they were changing. Our place is okay. It doesn't normally go off like that, but that time it went off during the night around 9 p.m. Yeah. Hardly. And my air condition is off, everything is off. And the water that I had, small water be. I should have pumped, like filled the jar with it, but I didn't have small water be. So I ended up bathing with the pure water. I normally buy the sachet, the pure water, the sachet one, like 4 5. I put it down. I don't like going down, buy one. So I had like 5 there. Oh, Charlie, me titi be good bucket him then I bow until I was able to sleep. And God be so good, I had dreams. Mm. So the bathroom they understand pa. Yeah. So anybody else? The interview. Somebody said something about interview. Interview. What happened? Oh, one person Bekasa.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. What happened? The interview. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that wasn't a personal experience of a friend. I think
Of a friend. Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah
Oh,
yeah yeah
so tell us.
he's been struggling for job and he got a call up for an interview with or a nicely bought dress which he intended pressing the night before. And unfortunately, the light went out. Now he's forced to attend the interview the next morning. Because by the next morning, the light was not back with an alternative dress which were not too presentable, and as a result, he didn't go well with him.
Oh. Oh. Sorry for. Oh. Oh. I said I'm feeling for the person. And somebody said a friend got laid off work. Please, can the person explain? Got laid off. Can you share the experience with us? Or you are the person who got laid off? Oh, okay. My television got spot. Please. Who television got spot? Please, can you explain? Oh,
It was me in Kumasi.
Kumasi. So,
You
and
know,
let's hear what type of television? Is it the Tikopo one or for that
no,
one? There's also a Kautokune Dada.
it was Brom 49 inches.
Ah,
Actually, there was two. You know, women they like to watch their telenovela. So to avoid fighting over remote, you have to get a standby one for yourself. It was actually mine that got spoiled. If it was her, I would have been okay, but mine rather got
yeah,
spoiled.
look at you. Look at you. So, and you bought a new one?
Yeah, I had to buy, but I couldn't buy the 49 at that time, so I got 32 inches.
I see. I see. I see.
It was
And another interesting one. Somebody is saying area game center closed. Hey, uh who said that? Please, can you elaborate?
Yeah, that was
I'm
around
not Okobo
20.
game, Wahana James.
That was the place that we used to escape reality that time. The area boys. So we normally go there to play that FIFA Pro and the rest.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. But due to the
And
big
there was
so
Doom Charlie
yes,
game center.
so it got closed down and then
Yeah, the
oh,
Ankrah is saying now is the game center. And somebody said unable to submit assignments, exam online, or those kind of things. So thank you very much for sharing your experience. And this, let me say, this is a data which is not manufactured. It is a data which is coming from real people, and it's real. When there's and even the issue, if you have time to explain those experiences, you realize that it even goes beyond the simple things you have written here. the effect of even going, the food getting spoiled, if I leave you, you will speak and speak and speak about it. And as I was saying that, you can look at it, sometimes it's gadgets, it's your interview, just that was somebody lost their dad. Because that time there was light of the hospital too, and they had to do something. I don't know what, but the person, so she told an experience. So you could imagine the number of people that day who lost their lives. Yes, so we couldn't hear of that experience. Are you getting it? And it's not just death, of course, which is unfortunate. A lady also, not a guy, said that the mother that time, 2015, yeah, she remembers. The mother used to have a small cold store in the area. The cold store collapsed. She went for loan for the cold store, but it collapsed, and people were looking for, this bank and whatever, looking for her, and it caused a distress. The dad spoke in a way that was, since then, the marriage has not become a proper marriage, because the mother still remembers, whether she's lying or whatever being the case, but it's a real issue. So sometimes when you're talking about energy access, having access to energy, and you realize that energy access alone doesn't only relate to even electricity. Electricity is just part of it. Imagine if you don't have access to petrol, diesel, and people can buy diesel and those kind of things. Do you know what happens? But just that for this course, we focus so much on electricity because that is the immediate ones we can understand. So we won't go into the whole of energy thing that if you don't have access, but application can be done in any way. But the point here is that having access to energy, and it's very key. And remember, anywhere you go, it's not a luxury. It shouldn't be a luxury. That what they are light in one, then when no, it should be a necessity. It should be a fundamental thing anybody here should have. But the problem is that our energy system is tied to the government and it's tied to a grid. There's something happens, all of us have to go be without it. Is there any alternative? Is there any solution to this problem? In other words, is there any solution? Can we create an alternative? Can we create a solution of having access to energy? And that's what this course we are going to talk about. Of course, it will get to a part where it will be a little bit technical and it will be, but please, I won't focus so much on the technical. I'm going to focus much on the practical stuff we have. What is even the system that we have? The grid system and the distribution energy systems. If we are not tied to the grid, what else or what alternative exists? If we know those alternatives, what is the way of designing it? Of course, we go into the engineering, but we'll let you know the kind of system that you can configuration that it can be done. That people just hear about is this just is only generator. But that leads us, the configuration, everything also leads us into the discussion of financing it. Me and solar systems won't fee, but Charlie the sika. Last time I asked about is it 3 kilowatt or whatever system, and the money that we were talking about, is there any financing? So we look at the financing system. They will look at what the productive use of energy too. Okay. Then later we begin to talk about certain concepts under the sustainable energy framework or nature, where we have the circular economy principles and the energy, environmental protection framework and all those kind of things. And of course, we are going to talk about the multi-tier framework system developed by the World Bank, where we are going to use it to assess ourselves as far as the energy access is concerned. And that is what this course is all about. So that is the course, and we will end here for today. Of course, if you don't have any question, then we will go into the ones that we need. This one was supposed to be just practical stuff, but the point is that at the end of the day, the school and GTech will require that as far as taking the course, you need to write exams. So I will just brief you. Those ones are just for exams, but the discussion is for you to understand that so that you can also go on even right after here. Because I was telling you about the digital marketing students who is now thinking who for one reason his area he's in Brekum now, but he said his mother's place, Accra, is a farming community. And when he took this course and he went through, even though it wasn't the main order they were, but as time went on, when he began to understand certain things, the framework and everything, now he has tried as much as possible to provide them with solar and all those kind of things. So I'm believing that by the time you finish this course, this will be like an introduction, but it will launch you into another form of knowledge that you know that yes, energy is very important and access of it is not a luxury. It's a necessity everybody must have. Okay. Any question? No question? Okay, so if there's no question, I will end here instead of the 5:40. So this is an introductory class, as I said, and we are going to start next week. And I'm going to be very, very fast. We are going to do chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the thing next week. The following week, we do 3 and 4. After 3 and 4, we will write our quiz. Or during that week, I'll put some quiz on the platform, because by that time, I'm very sure that everybody will be on it, so that we will just answer some few questions there. And after that, I will introduce your projects that you are going to do. After that, we will do 5 and 6, and then we will just wrap it. I'll combine 5, 6, and then just wrap everything up. Then we will do some quizzes, and we will be gone. Yeah.
Sir, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm sorry I joined the class late. My name is Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa, yeah.
I don't know if it's been discussed, but please, how soon are we going to get the course outline and maybe the possible reference materials to that?
I've already uploaded everything on the LMS. So we have already discussed that I think the course rep should contact the ICD and load you. I mean, because I'm seeing only 8 participants, only the previous class here. And let me share with you. I've already discussed that. So everything is there.
Thank you very
Everything has been done. And so I've also talked about what I need from you as far as this course is concerned. Your exams is going to be 50 marks. So you can ask your colleagues, and they will say. So as you are seeing the screen, everything is there. So they just have to add you to the participants here for this course. You say these are the previous students that I taught for distance learning. They are done. I'm done with them. So they have uploaded you there. So when they upload, you will come to the course. Then you have information to everything. I've also created an AI assistant for you. You can ask it questions. If you don't feel like reading, you can say, "Oh, let's go to chapter 1. What is about?" Then that kind of stuff, so that one a reading, meaning say be pay reading.
Thank you so much, Doc.
What them and answer what a officer, then you start chatting with it. So I intentionally did it for distance learning and even for every class that I teach, because more exams na me ni
That's it. Yes, thank you.
All right,
Okay.
Doc. We are very, very grateful. We are very, very grateful.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. I will see you next week. If anything changes or if I have information for you, I'll give it to you prior to the class and we will see. But as it stands now, we are meeting next week. God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless
Thank you, Doc.
God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc.